They got to connect their audio anyhow.
Got it.
All right. And just like that, we have 133 people.
I'm gonna make sure, see if Kathy's on.
Everybody get the email from Savings Highway Global?
So excited.
Awesome. Did you see the calculator? I played with it.
Haven't played with it yet. I was eating dinner and I didn't want to get Caesar dressing all over my buttons.
So I guess I'm going to have to really dive in there because I was being super conservative and I said it would save me like 7,400 a year.
Well, I already know what my savings are, so just from one item.
That's a good one.
And it's a good one. So, and they're still coming in. We're up to 140 now.
Whoop, whoop. Happy Thursday. Only 143 people know what's going on in the treat they're in for. Look at that. Somebody was paying attention on the last call. 145 people were paying attention on the last call.
We'll get everybody in here. We got man, it's end of the year, guys. We can kind of relax a little bit because next week it's on. It's on. I got a cold beverage here. Nothing special, but so we got some fun stuff. Highlights. I mean, I like to like dwell on the awesomeness that we have. We have paved the way for an amazing year. And should we see, like, do we have anybody here that's coming back? That's what these Thursdays are for the next little bit.
Let's see.
Nope, my guy is not on here. He ends up working late, so.
I don't see Seth either. That would have
Teddy's
been
here.
There's Teddy Miller.
No, guys, just the ones that are coming back. Scott, you've been here. We couldn't get rid of you if we wanted to. We like you too much.
Coming back to PBS, not Earth.
Yeah.
Karen Pierce came back. She's got her hand up. My other new one has not. She's not here.
Oh, gotta go.
Does Ashley have somebody that came back? Is that why she's got her hand up?
Yeah.
Unmute, Ash.
Oh,
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even realize it. I must have hit the button by accident.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but you came back.
I did, but I've been here for a year.
But what that says, Ashley, is you left, you took a break, you came back, and now you've been here for another year,
Yeah.
and you're still here. So those that are coming back just now can have reassurance that this is still an amazing place to be, and things are just getting better.
Yeah,
Welcome back,
definitely a
Ashley. Yeah.
lot better.
Glad to have you back, babe.
Glad to be back. Not going anywhere.
Thanks for your help today, by the way. All right. Um, end of the year, guys. Welcome back, Teddy Miller. That you make me so happy. You're just delightful. By the way, if anybody ever gets to sit next to that guy, he's got a wealth of history. He is fun to talk to. And I hope to see you soon. So we've got January. Tanny, do you want to highlight some things? Like we're gonna get together in January.
Yeah. You mean our event?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys, so excited for that. I've been doing a lot of planning. If you all don't know me, I plan like way ahead. Niall always introduces me, the one person that plans ahead, what, 5 years, Niall? What do you ever say?
Years,
It
I say
happens.
years because it blows me away sometimes. So it's just years. What do
It
I
happens
say?
to be true.
Every minute and every hour and every day and every week and every week and every month and years.
Yeah.
And it all happens on time, Daniel.
Yeah, it does because it has to. But yeah, you guys, I'm really into, I mean, I have it right now. I'm really into prepping my goals, planning for the next year. I actually have 5 and 10 year goals out. So I'm doing that. But we're going to be doing a mastermind, you guys, in January. Super excited for those who are going to make it out there. I'm tomorrow, myself and my assistant Brielle, we're going to be going over and kind of developing everything for that training. I'm super excited. You guys don't know a lot of the hands-on. I do a lot of hands-on stuff, but I'm just behind the scenes quite a bit. But I'm just really excited for that. On Saturday as well, I'll be starting some of that, and we'll be kind of going over the goals and all that. And you guys are in for a treat because you get me for 2 hours on Saturday. So 2 full hours of me time. Woo woo. So bring an open mind, a pen and a pencil, and we'll get going on that. But it's gonna be it's all me on there. But yeah, I'm excited for that. But we're gonna what we start, you guys, on Saturday, we're gonna finish and do one-on-one and mastermind and do that in January. And if you guys, a little sneak peek for those of you guys who are here, if you do not have a goal to attend every event, that needs to be a goal. I cannot push and focus that enough for you guys because the things that the connection you feel, the energy that you get, the directions that you get when you go to these events, they're life changing. And you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what. Sometimes it's just a little tiny tweak that you need, a little different perspective. And it opens you up for like success. It really, really does. And I have to say, my husband and I have been in this industry. I don't even want to say how long I've been in it, but over 30 years of doing this thing. And my husband is the same. So it's like what you develop your learning and your education by doing this. Okay. And if you want to be successful in anything, you need to follow somebody who is successful in it. And my husband and I are very successful in this industry. It's what we have done. It's what we believe in because we believe in time management and personal freedom. And this is truthfully the last frontier that I feel where you can actually get that in this environment, in the marketing environment that we do here. It really is, you guys. Everything else is so regulated, and working for somebody else isn't what it used to be, you guys. I hear we were at dinner tonight, Rory, and the lady across from us was talking about how she worked for this company and got fired, and she helped grow it. And she was there for 15 years. And there used to be loyalty in that, and now it's just not a thing. And more and more people are retiring without a way to provide for themselves because of the cost of inflation. And not only that, we have a lot of single mothers who can't provide for themselves as well. And this is really, truthfully, I believe, the last frontier. It's where we can actually make the money, continue to grow and prosper. And I'm excited to help you all get out of your own way because that really is the problem. You just have to get out of your own way. So there's been a lot of masterminding going on between myself and my husband right now, you guys. I'm so lucky. I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling chatty, Rory. So you get the whole thing. You guys are getting a prequel for Saturday, and I don't feel chatty very often, in case you guys don't know. That's not me. But my husband and I have been going over goals, and I feel very, very blessed to have a partner that is on the same page with me that we can work and focus on, and we have the same direction. And at the end of the day, we have the same priorities and focus points. So it's just really, really nice to have that. If you guys don't have that, highly recommend you get on page with your partner. Because when Rory works a lot of hours, in case y'all don't know this, but so do I. And so while he's working, I'm working. So we're building and growing together. When he's off, I'm off, and we work and grow together that way. And it's just the best. I think it's the best of both worlds. Do you think, Rory?
I do.
You better shut me up because I'm chatty. So
Oh, I
you
love
better-
it. Go. This is, I mean, you guys, we are just pondering on where we've come from and things. We're in a really good frame. We went and had a nice celebration like night as we had a date night, and we're in a really good mood, right, babe?
Yeah. Yeah. We've just been working on our own goals, our own things. At the end of the year, this is the time for me where we just really, I mean, you guys don't get it twisted. I already have these mapped out, but in October, the end of the quarter, the first of the, the quarter, actually September, the quarter, the end of the quarter. But it's nice to be able to say, okay, Rory, this is where I'm thinking. What do you think about that? And for him to say, okay, this is what I'm thinking. And then how do we mesh our goals and our dreams and our visions together? And it's just it's a magical thing. And I'm excited to like continue that into the next year. You guys, it's been a while since I've been super, super excited about what the future holds. I mean, not that I haven't been excited, but I haven't been this like bought in this, and I really am. I'm just really looking forward to everything that we have going on, and the trainings, the education, everything's just going to get better, you guys. Better for everybody, better for us, better growth, better development. I'm just really excited. So anyway, Rory, sorry. I'll stop
Oh my
talking.
gosh, you're so awesome, babe. I love it.
I'll just go ahead and mute him because we love hearing from you, Channing. Go.
I'm just planning my training for Saturday, and so I have all this in the forefront of my mind, and I'm just, looking forward to it. Be prepared, you guys. You're going to get a lot of me in one day.
Okay, so let's I need to highlight a couple notes that I have, and especially we got the new people that came back in. This is a good time to focus on it, and then everybody that's here, going on here. I just want to make sure, if you don't put your last name, we have a lot of people with the same first names. We're getting big. If your name is Kathy, I need you to add your last name. And anybody actually, just your first name, get used to putting your full name in these things. We have people that are checking in, seeing their teams on, making sure everybody's here. We all take our own attendance. That's why we even allow this to be visible. It's going to get really important that we're all accountable for our teams. The information and the way we're rolling things out, it's going to start popping. And the Tuesday nights, guys, I mean, we have a lineup. We've already moved things out because there's so much going on. We don't want to like really overwhelm people. But let's just say that January is not going to be dull. Not that any month is dull, but this January is not going to be dull. Thanks, Kathy. Okay, so I'm going to cover something, and I'm also going to bring this up. And the person's not here, so I'm not going to bring up their name. I'm looking for the other person on here. Anthony, I need your last name. There's someone else in here that just has like, oh, you got your own name together. We can all read that out. We're figured out. Good. Anthony, your last name, please. Tina, even though that's a very unique name, your last name too, please. If you're iPhone, let's put a name on there. If you don't,
Thank you, my Anthony Miller.
okay. This is I'm making you guys. I'm actually communicating with an attorney this late. That's not one of our attorneys. It's Bella V's attorney. I'm gonna just hint on a couple things, and then I'm gonna go into this. So,
Do you need my help?
Okay.
with anything, Rory? Are you good?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm way good.
Okay.
All right. So, and I don't want to take away from the stuff we're going to cover, but one of the biggest things I get is we have people that finally get Google AdSense, and then they're like, Rory, I've been doing this for a year, 2 year, 3 year, and one of the main people that brought this up to us, they are not on this training, and I told them to be on this training, and I'm not seeing them there, so it's okay. We'll pass the message on. Listen, this is out of my mouth. Listen to it closely. Google AdSense is awesome, but you've got to be able to tap into it. And we do it in a very awesome manner. Multiple ways to get traffic in. We focus on it, but you need to have steady traffic. And if you want to see your Google AdSense really do well, you have to have traffic hitting your site. You got to have bodies going through it. So everybody that I've gone and looked at that complains, all I can tell you is you need more people coming to it for the Google AdSense to go up. It's all based on eyeballs coming through your system. So, Tanya's gonna touch base on this and the goal stuff. So I'm just gonna let you guys know, I've always said this. Whatever time you spend on your PBS, and I'm not talking the V marketing, just the PBS, it should be 50-50. 50% building content, 50% doing ad postings and marketing. 50-50. You know what I do? 50-50. If I spend an hour to write a page, I spend an hour to market that page. And then if I'm adding new content and modifying things, whatever time I spend, I make sure I do at least that on posting. Now, if you're ever going to do more than 50-50, more on advertising. There's also, when we're writing these articles and we're doing things that we're trying to capture the keyword and the strength of a keyword, and we're trying to get indexed with the Google search, that's the magical connection. You get one thing to index, that literally can be 100,000 visitors a year, a month, a week, a day, an hour, a minute. Okay, and these are all things that I do on a regular basis. It's not a one-time thing. It worked once. No, it works continually. All right. Now, if I'm just pacing myself, right, and I just do a couple hours a week of new content and posting, I'm going to see the $20, $30, $40 days in Google AdSense. And I've been doing this for years. That's just a steady thing. When I pour out a weekend and I really hustle and I put a lot of time in, I'll start going up towards the 50 and more. Now, when I used to just do this nonstop, and I wasn't training like I am, I wasn't doing all the other stuff that we do, I was having $100, $200, $300 days, $100, $200, $300 days. I had months where I cracked over 300 for the solid month because I put so much out there, but it's because I also got indexed. My McDonald's page was hitting really hard. Other pages were hitting really hard that I did, and it builds up. And I tell everybody this, the Google AdSense money is great. I make more than most people make at a job with my Google AdSense. However, it's gravy to everything else we're able to create in the PBS process. It's gravy. However, $10 a day gravy is $300 a month, and that starts paying car payments, insurance, and utilities, right? So that gravy actually helps out a ton. And so if you're not making $10 a day, this is what I would gauge it at. If you're not bringing in $10 a day in Google AdSense, you're not posting ads in the right places, and you're not posting the right type of ads. You're not, the advertising we train on is A, B, C. A, that headline's got to grab their attention. B, the content, when they go there, has to get their attention and click to go to the link. I see people put garbage up. I mean, they tell everything that people are going to see. I'm not interested in that. It's A, if the headline doesn't work, it doesn't matter because they're not going to see your ad. B, if your ad sucks or has too much stuff in it, they're not going to click on it to see the page. And these are all things we're going to be focusing on the mini marathons and constant. It's something that, it takes a while to understand. Most people don't understand how to market. That's why we got to teach it over and over again. Simple as easy. You want to tease them in. You want to get them so curious they click through. And once they get to your site, your job is done on that posting. Your whole job is get them to click through. That's it. Then once they get your PBS, the PBS's job is to keep them interested, keep them going around and clicking through other things that we have. So if you got Google AdSense and you're making peanuts and And you better look at what you're doing. And if you're not spending those hours a week, I mean, let's add this up. Okay. I'll bring in a few $1,000s in Google AdSense in a month on an okay month. And I'm going to spend probably 8 hours minimum that month in ad posting and content. Minimum 8 hours. I used to spend a lot more. Those 8 hours divided by the income that it creates and the exposure to everything else that it brings in, that's pretty good pay. Now, the money keeps coming in if I don't do the work, but when I do the work, it amplifies and it helps extend it, and it helps me promote to validate to get indexed. And you get indexed, that's a home run. I got indexed really well one day, and my incomes jumped up. I had the biggest days. I was like around 450, and it got so good. Google actually was sending me stuff like, "You changed your numbers. What's going on?" And it was a really good run. It was very awesome. But that can happen. But I tell everybody, like, you're not going to become a multimillionaire with the Google AdSense process that we have. It's gravy to help you get there. You know, if you're bringing in $10 a day, that covers your overheads. You bring in 20, 30, it helps with things. But it's just gravy on top. It's another income stream, but it's gravy on top of the main focuses that we have. It also makes it a little bit more interesting. And so I'm gonna just go over this, right? It's a formula. Just because you get Google AdSense doesn't mean you're going to get paid. You still got to have traffic. And I teach this. I do it. I mean, how often do you see me post ads? You know, I think every time I do a study hall, I'm posting ads. You know, when I'm doing my V marketing and I got somebody that's on a 13-minute Keystone presentation, right? Sometimes I don't want to be doing anything else because I'm focused on that 13 minutes. I just go post ads. You can get in 13 minutes, you can get all the way from Alabama to Wyoming if they've classifies for freeze running rate. And I repost my ads from the time before. It's a commitment, right? But when you weigh out the time and energy, it's so worth it. But you've got to set the structure up right. You got to put the expectations right. And you also got to constantly put out that content and add the pages, you know, and you got to get things going. But if you don't get indexed, it's going to be really hard to see those averages go up. So the trick is to get indexed. Well, do you know how to get indexed? Saturation. Article after article after article. You add stuff, you post stuff, you get it out there. You kind of got to get a little bit lucky, timing wise, but you know you make it better. You guys know what luck is, right? Luck is just when your work hits results. That's what luck is. You know, everybody's like, Rory, you're so lucky. You have other, yeah. You go look at all the hard work and hours I put into this. Yeah, that's really lucky, right? It's the same thing with this. Only. Let's go to the circular motion, okay? And you guys, this circular marketing and the circular motion of how everything works is genius. It's if there's one thing that you guys need to take away from what I've taught you guys is we found a way. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. January 1st, we're gonna get on and we're gonna have our instructor calls and everything. And I'm gonna get on with the MSIs, PSIs, and GSIs. And I'm going to give them a piece of circular marketing that we're adding on top of what we already do that's going to jump their incomes. Why? Because that's how I think. That's what I build. And I've actually been tweaking this for 3 years. It's done. I cracked the code on it. And we just add it to what we're already doing. And all it's going to do is increase our incomes. It's for GSIs and above because they're the ones that are going to be in the position to take advantage of it and get it going. Being said, when we're putting these articles out there, we're marketing things we get paid on as affiliates, right? So even if that's all we're focused on is great. The Google AdSense is gravy. That's rewarding us for getting the traffic in and monetizing even when we're not going to monetize. So what you want to do is you want to focus on the anchors. You want to focus on the kiosk next, and you want to put those out there and market that. And you want to do it in ways that you're going to hopefully get some keyword recognition and get indexed. And then bam, it kicks in. Well, until it kicks in, get a steady pattern, consistency. I'm also going to tell you that you get validated by Google based on how often you're adding pages, how many clicks you're getting in on various things. You prove yourself a credible source. If you got multiple things constantly going, you're showing you're adding new stuff all the time. It's all part of what I teach. It all works together. We're successful in the PBS, not because of any one thing. It's because of all things. So if you let out the gas in one area and it's not working fully, I don't tell you to do that. It's consistency, right? You should be organizing and you want to organize your day by priority. But you don't ever want, I'll tell you this. If you have time to watch TV and you're not posting ads, not my problem. Not my problem. That's like one of the easiest time to post ads. I can watch football and be excited about what's going on and still be posting ads. I've done it for years. So I'll take time off where I don't. I see not like if it's a Cowboys Bills game, there's no way I'm going to watch it. Actually, I was exhausted that day, you guys. I pushed so hard, but I hope for a rematch this season on that game. A rematch on that game this season.
Still hoping for that Super Bowl.
But you can ask Tanya. I mean, it's almost obnoxious. I'll be at the airport and I'm just posting. I'm on the plane. I got usually I got book on tape or book audiobook. What I used to call it's not book on tape anymore, but that's what I used to call it, right? I got audiobook on, listening to the stuff that I like to listen to. Usually repeat stuff I want to really ingrain. And you know what I'm doing? I'm posting. Right? I have a tablet that I can post from, and I use my cell phone. And the tablet's a little bit bigger, I just post. And I'll get the laptop out, but I get pretty fast with my thumbs, right? You get used to it. Copy and paste, got the stuff going on. I'm just posting. I'm on a plane. Nobody can bother me. I got my beautiful wife next to me. We usually got cocktails coming anyway. I'm relaxing and posting. The Wi-Fi in the planes is so good now, you can do that. And then if we're in the plane and we're sitting around and it's delayed and we're in the business lounge, again, I've got a cocktail anytime I want. We got snacks and food, right? You're chicken up in a nice chair. I'm posting. Kenny and I can talk, have conversation. I'm posting ads. You know why? Because it works. It works. I'll even joke sometimes. I'll be posting ads and one of the kids will call and we got to help out with something. If you're a parent, you're always raising your kids, right? It doesn't matter how old they are, right? And they'll call and they need help for something. I'm like, I guess I better post some more ads. It's just, I better post more ads. It's just something you've got to get a rhythm of doing. And I just maximize my time. If we go to a theme parks are known for lines. I'm posting ads because I've posted ads. If you added up, probably 1,000 hours in lines at theme parks over the years. It works. You can still talk to people while you do it. You can interact. You're just copying and pasting. Depending on what version or system you're on, it's copy and paste, post, whatever. And then I'm constantly looking for new places to post to. I'll do some write-ups. I participate in forums. These are the things I teach. And guys, I'm going to get way more detailed still. I mean, I think in 2023, one of the biggest things I did is I challenged myself basically this time last year, right? I said, I'm going to be more detailed, right? Candace kept asking me, Rory, we need more details. I said, you know what? I can do that. That was the one thing I try to do better. The main thing I want to do better is be more detailed in my training. Spell out what I do. Okay. So today I'm going to break this down so you guys all hear it from me. If you're not making $10 a day in Google Ads, that should be your first goal. $10 a day. Not a dollar, not a quarter. That means that's just proof it's working, right? You made a penny, great. Now let's get more traffic. $10 a day you should have a physical goal, a number that you want to make. $10 a day should be your initial goal. After 10, go to 20, then go to 30, then jump it. I want to do 50. I remember this is years ago. I broke $100 in a day. Yeah, and you guys understand. We're not spending any money to bring that in. I got friends that make $500 to $1,000 a day in Google AdSense, but they also spend $400 to $900. At the end of the month, I'm more profitable than them, and I didn't have to worry about my budgets. We do things in a smarter way because it's circular. We're marketing to get sales and things done. Do you know what they don't have that we have? Residual commissions. I focus on the residual commissions. Google is gravy, but it's also an indicator that you're getting traffic. It's an indicator that you're doing the right things in the measurement of the circular marketing that we do. I can tell you this. We've got some instructors here that make way more than I do in Google AdSense. Their content is great. They're building up an amazing audience. They post things out there. They're driving stuff in. It's great. And it's so great that it takes all the pressure off of this being like a real career. And when I see people not getting it, I already know the answer. You're not posting consistently and you're not posting in new places. You know, some people post in just one place over and over again. Well, congratulations, you're gonna get all that has to give. You've got to spread it out. Now, I have my favorite go-tos, right? Classifieds for free. It's like a video game for me. Ever since I lost my 300,000 plus ads, now I want to get back to that because that used to be the freaking best. I'd go repost my ads. It took forever and I'd have a surge of traffic. So I did it every day. I miss that. I can get it back, right? You guys, we paid our kids $10 an hour to post ads, mainly on classifieds for free. There's like 3 others they did, and I'd build out the stuff for them to do, and I constantly would update it, and they would just go do that. And they had to do it efficiently. You know, Tanya would watch them and make sure they weren't like doing something else. Like we had numbers they had to hit, and it paid for itself over and over and over again. Right? If you add it up, right, $10 an hour, they would do what, 5 to 8 hours, depending on their school and how much money they needed. Right? They're, you know, kids are like, you know, as soon as they got cars, they needed more money because, you know, gas and stuff. So, and if they started dating, I got excited because that means they need more money. They're going to work harder. Right? So all those things factor in, right? And they would put it out there, but we would pay it happily because it just came right back in Google Cash. Not to mention the sales we made from the traffic that came in too. We just measured off the Google, so we know that it's worthwhile. But you've got to be efficient with it, and you've got to be consistent with it. And you got to do all the things that we train on. And I'm going to be very detailed on all of that. We're going to do the mini marathons. Tanya and I have been going over the schedules. We're going to be doing mini marathons where we're constantly teaching this because it makes a difference. Right? If I can help, you guys remember my avatar, that's your perfect client. If I can help that single mother with 3 kids make an extra $10 a day, that means she's got diaper money. That means she's got the extra that she needs. And then it's a start, right? So we're going to focus on that. $10 a day out of Google. If you're not doing that, that's your measurement that you're not doing enough. And again, Tanya's training on Saturday. By the way, it's going to go 2 hours. It might go over. Be ready. And she's going to break down stuff. And you guys prioritize your days so you get everything done. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want what you want out of life? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up so you can have that the rest of your life? Cash flow. All right. Now, I wanted to focus on Google AdSense because it's a detailed thing I'm going to cover. I just figured you guys understood. If I teach you to do this, to do that, you watch me do it, you'll do it, and you'll get there. Well, in translation, I'm going to be very specific. You know, I would work Tuesday nights all the way until Wednesday night. So I would get up Tuesday morning, I go to work, and I don't do this anymore because Tanya doesn't really like me doing it. Also, I've modified my times and schedules, but I would literally work all day Monday, and then about 5, 6 o'clock, I started posting ads, and I would do nothing but ad posts and content building until the following night. Yeah, it made really good income, made really good results. But, you know, I break it up, and not everybody's willing to work like that. I actually, I'll do weekends, and I'll be like, babe, I'm really creative. I want to run this out there, and I'll go do it for 4, 5, 6 hours. And especially if I miss my consistency. But what I do now is as I'm doing my V marketing, right? I'm posting ads. I have my other screen going. I got 2 screens, right? I'm working one, and my other one, I might be just doing my ad posting. And if I'm doing V marketing and I'm moving my mouse and doing all that, I'm not ad posting. But the second I get somebody on that Keystone video, I'm either doing one of 2 things. One, I'm sending out a bunch more text to keep things going, or I'm posting ads while they're in that 13 minutes. And then I'm focused on them. I have other things to answer, but I'm posting ads. And if I post 10 ads, 20 ads, whatever in that time, I'm doing that. And I just try to be productive, right? And I use and now, right? When I do a session 1, they're on an hour and 37 minutes. I'm either doing V marketing or posting ads or both during that time. And it depends on the time of day when it is. Like if I have one that's early in the morning, I'm posting ads. I start texting about 10 a.m. Eastern. So if I'm up at 8, I'm usually posting ads, writing content. Tanya's creative. She understands the creative flow. You can't turn creativity on like a switch. You get in that right frame. And sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, I got an idea. And I got to go type it out and I'll get it done. And sometimes I can knock out a page in that 30 minutes or an hour and I push that out there. And then I'm like, I better market this later. And you just find time to do it. But you want to make sure you're knocking it out consistently, whether that's weekly or daily consistently. If you're not doing it weekly, it's not consistently. We're in marketing. You take a week off, that's a month off. You take a day off, it's like a week. You can build your momentum back, but so if you're not doing it weekly, that's not consistently. Right? So when I say consistently, I mean you're doing it weekly. Even if it's once a week, that's consistent. So as you're doing your pages, guys, we're going to spend a lot of detail time on the marketing. I cannot wait until January 6th when I show you guys the new way we're teaching how to build the PBS out. I'm going to give you guys some amazing advantages on how to build multiple things and build multiple keywords to help this whole Google AdSense in addition to everything else we do. Like we're taking a nice little leap ahead. I've been figuring things out. I've been watching other people that I know. We've been discussing things, and I figured out a little pattern that we probably should utilize. It's on the PBSs that everybody's getting now. I have a couple little mods I'll be doing, and then we have to do a whole new training because it's modified enough. Right? So January 6th, we just do it and record the training. And it's going to help you guys out with this thing. So I want you to be ready because when you see what I show you, the whole idea is this. You can take any topic, write it this way, and use that to do multiple keywords, multiple pages, fast, effective, and the way that we need to. And it's just a different way of organization. It has to do with the authorship. And it's one of those things I wish I was doing a long time ago. And here we are. We get to add it for 2024. And it's going to cut out the time that people take to get their PBSs done. And I mean, they're never done, but to get Google AdSense ready. Okay. And speaking of that, right? There are lots of changes happening in the whole pay-per-click and all that stuff. And everything that we've been building, we're right on. We're ahead of what they want. I think I've always been ahead of what Google wanted. I understood. I kind of get it, like what they're looking for and what the advertisers are looking for. So you build it, but it's also because we're building in the same manner to market what we market as our mainstays, our anchors. We're already doing the writing in the way they want it to be done. We're also doing our content building the way they want it to be done because we do it the way we need it to be done as if we're the advertiser because we are, right? And we just utilize that so that, hey, we're bringing money in another way. We're making money on things we wouldn't have made money on before. And it's all part of this circular marketing and circular process. It's genius too. Like I cannot even tell you, if I go back in our professional business, the reason why we've been so successful and we've outlasted all competition, circular. Setting that up there. Everybody, they don't understand the depth of it or the magnitude of it, but we took something that you get priced out. You guys, our marketing costs so much money, but because of all the circular stuff that we do, that's what created the whole PBS process in the first place. We're profitable because of the circular. If you took the circular out, we'd be out of business. And that's why our competition, they just don't understand it. We did things that people just weren't willing to see or do. It sounded crazy. Oh, that's not going to work. Well, maybe not right away, but I think it will. I bet on it. And it did. And it does. Continues to. So that's what I wanted to have on this release on Thursdays. We're going to be focusing on developing pages and stuff. We're going to be keeping this going on the Thursdays. I want to make sure our leadership are doing that. We got some incredible writers. I'm going to call performance bloggers is probably just the term we should use because they're writing a special way. But we got Sheila that is, you guys, she is the queen of PBS. That she is gifted at this stuff, and whenever she comes on and does stuff, and there's a reason, one of many, that she's running the whole Brain Food Academy stuff with you guys. She's in charge of all that, and she's on the Wednesdays. She's going to be pushing out the content. We're going to be doing massive marketing pushes on this whole kindergarten expose and getting the system out. And we're going to be writing a lot of stuff, and we'll be focusing on that Wednesdays, and we're going to really be writing, pushing stuff on Thursdays. Like, it's the new frontier we've got to cover, right? We've got Bella Vita figured out. We've got the wine pretty much dang figured out, and not we can't do more. I mean, we're gonna be looking at some things on that always. We're improving. We got SHG pretty much honed out, right? By the way, I got to check something.
I love it when you use my words, Rory. This really is the last frontier, guys. That's why I said it. And I love when he uses it, that means it's right. I'm truthfully on this. This is the last frontier, what we have. Guys, I cannot tell you guys enough how much I believe in what we're doing. We're really changing. And I know it takes a lot, for some people, it takes a lot of focus and change because your mindset has never been one where you've been able to work for yourself. And most people don't know how to work for themselves. And that's why we're here to help you learn and focus and drive your directions and change your mindset. You guys deserve to be happy, and you deserve to achieve your rewards and your goals. And so I just wanted to chime in there. Go ahead, Rory, back to you.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the update. I've been getting a bunch of stuff from SHG. I try to share it with the MSIs. I'm gonna just get everybody forewarned on something I've been told. There's the way that we have to encrypt credit card information, even if they had a backup of it, it probably wouldn't be there. So just everybody expect to put your credit cards back in. And I was talking to Tanya about this today. That's a good thing, because we know that they're running the business right and they're not storing that stuff, which, I'll tell you, like in DTC, we can't store it. We have to encrypt it. We can't access it and load that number. Nobody can. And so if they had that, I'd be really concerned. And yeah, I get it, guys. And you guys, I think we teach a very solid culture here. We get to sell things online, and glitches, things can happen. I'm going to tell you personally, and you're only heard this once. I'm upset that they didn't understand the importance of redundancies. Pretty upset about it. That being said, looks like they've learned their lesson. I can tell you my conversations with them, they have. And going forward, it'll be fine. We communicate very well. We know where our guys are at. We can go double check stuff. Most of us have that understand, and we get things up and going again. And it's still an incredible thing. We just skip a beat. You guys, I'm gonna just I'm gonna just tell you guys something I've learned. And when we have this problem, you can even ask Tanya. I was like, they'll get it fixed, it'll be better, but I'm not even freaked out about it. I'm just like, I don't even feel like there's a pressure. I talked to some other leaders and that aren't with us that were like, they're shocked, and I'm like going, well, two things. One, It's just one of our income streams, right? It's one. And when you build things up, we can handle something happening because we're not, all our eggs are not in one basket. So if you guys haven't learned this and the whole circular thing, build the multiple streams of income, because all it does is give you a better life. All right. We don't have control of everything that we deal with. As a control freak, I wish I did, right? We control DTCA and the stuff that's going on there. Great. Bella Vita, I might as well have the control there. I know what cost it does. I have direct access to stuff. Feel really good about that. SHG, not so much. It's our third anchor. It's been very awesome. And I think they're getting their stuff together, and I trust it. But for some reason, guys, I have not even a panic. I know they'll get it. And I know I was talking to one of the guys who's like, we got to all enter our credit cards in. I'm like, good. Honestly, if I'm selling something someone doesn't want and they want to clean out at the end of the year, that's okay with me. I want people to pay for what they're going to use. I want them to see the value of it. I'm not afraid of them. Like, I'm not afraid of that. Right? I mean, you guys look, our number one issue is banking is already an issue already, but you guys, whenever there's a problem, that's an opportunity for a conversation. And we all want to build, we all want to push on our goals. So when we reach out to everybody, get them back in, it's also a time like, hey, what are you doing in the business? Let's get the trainings. There's all this stuff going on. Let's get you going again. That's not a bad thing. You have a reason to talk to them and a reason to re-engage them on what they wanted to do. Remember, every member of RRR247 came in here because they had goals and dreams they want to accomplish. Every single person does. Nobody joins us that doesn't have a dream they want to make real. No one. Refocus on it, right? Reset, refocus, recommit. That's what this is all about all the time. And this is a reason to RRR with them. We're going to talk to people that may haven't been coming to it and attending the trainings. They're not tuned in. What a great opportunity to reach out and get them going, right? Log in, get going, see the trainings. We're going, right? And we go on it. I promise you, it is one of those things. But I always live by that maybe, right? That sounds horrible. This is so bad. Oh, maybe. I'm not going to get ruffled up about it. It doesn't feel right in my gut. It feels like everything's fine. Sometimes things have to happen to jar to get better. Like, I'm looking at this going, here's the thing. They're going to learn a big lesson from this. They got their own panic on it. Now, as we get bigger and bigger, we don't have to worry about it. I mean, as bad as it is, what if we had 1 million people in that and that happened? That would be a little bit upsetting. We don't have 1 million people in there yet. So it's not a big deal. Now they're going to be better, more robust for that. And that's how I look at it, right? Because we hold the fort, we go forward. We know they're going to get stuff in there. It's a small hiccup, but it's always a maybe with me. Is it horrible? Is it great? Maybe, right? All I know is when you do the right thing and you're consistent with it, God provides. If your head's in the right place, your actions and intent in the right place, and you're showing up and doing the work, God provides, always. You don't ever get screwed over when you're doing the right stuff. It might feel like it, but another door opens. We're put on these paths. Things change. So to me, it's just a maybe. Maybe it's bad. Maybe it's good. I'm just going to do what I do, and I'm going to hold true, and I'm going to be consistent. And things always fall into place. Always. And I look at this, I'm like, okay, well, this is good. But I also know this. I'm like, if you've been in RRR247 for any bit of time, we've weathered so many things. We know it just gets better. We break things. We're patient with it. We always find a better way. We always find something to grow out of it. But I'm going to tell you, as a marketer, if I have a reason to call somebody and engage in them and get them excited, that's fine. You guys, my telco company, this is a very true fact. Okay. We had a software release, and it was with our equipment. Now, this is very custom equipment, very, very expensive. Okay. Like, we're talking millions of dollars in every module. And we had 8 modules just in the US, several in all the other countries. Very, very expensive technology. Proprietary, we had to pay for our licenses, like very expensive. And one of the problems is it was a proprietary programming. So when they upgraded, you couldn't downgrade. You could only go one direction. Well, we get this awesome new release. We have to pay for this release. And it was like about $1 million. So we paid $1 million to upgrade our servers and the software, and it was buggy as all get out. It literally crashed like every other hour, and there was no permanent solution coming anytime soon. And so I literally slept on the couch, lived there, and I have to go reboot the system every 2 hours. People are running ads. They got money being spent. So if the system went down, you got to get it back up as soon as possible. Calls would come in like crazy. Do you know what I did? Sold more services. Where's your business at? Where you're at? Let's get more. By the time the system was back up again, we had doubled our business. It was like 45 days. Doubled our business in 45 days, and we turned something bad positive because I was there answering the phone saying, yeah, we got this fixed. But hey, we're adding these new services. I had a reason to talk to them, get them excited, and get more money and help their businesses and explain it because I had a reason to talk to them. And we would joke all the time, like, man, we need to boast things up again. Maybe we should shut the servers down for a little bit and reboot them up again and get people to call in. Joked about it all the time, and it wasn't a joke. It was like, maybe we should. It's just, here's what I'm going to tell you. Get ready for this. As our leadership goes out and we go retouch everybody that's in there and get them to log back in and get things set up, it's a positive direction to retouch somebody. It's an RRR given to us with a really good cause and reason. And there's all these new things being rolled out, all the new stuff they did on the side. So timing's great. So is it a bad thing? Maybe. It's a maybe. But I think I know I got some feedback from people. I had some stuff come back, and I've had things come up there. You guys, we are making several shifts. All awesome. The time of year, it's a fiscal year. So first of all, if you have a business relationship and you got things going on, the best time to make changes is December 31st, starting new in January. Why? Close out the banks, close out the dealings, open the new accounts, move things around. It's a clean switch. When you can do it right. Well, we were able to do all of our changes right. It's a clean switch. January 1st and January 2nd, I'm going to drop your jaws. Drop them. It's awesome. And this is just one more thing. So we're already going to be reaching out to people. This is a good reason to do it. We'll get everything lined up, right? And we'll get things going. We'll get things placed. I got 25 people to key in as soon as we can. It's a high quality issue. And we all go fill that matrix in. We all get a stack in there. We all get to do what we get to do best. There's going to be, it's just a maybe. Was it horrible? Well, it sucked that it took so long. I can tell you they're freaking out more than any of us needed to. That's their livelihoods, right? They just invested all this capital and resources to add more things. So I'm not worried about it. I feel for them. I know what pressure they're under. I feel for that, but they'll get it. They'll get it. There's guys circling around. You watch the things go, but I'll tell you, like, if every glitch was a reason for us to shut our business down, we wouldn't have even lasted a week. There's glitches all the time. But it's overcoming that creates the successes, right? Sometimes I'm going to say this. The reason we are so good today is because of all the freaking failures and problems we had to overcome along the way. Fact. So I look at a problem and say, hey, we're going to solve this, but what else is it going to open up? You guys know that failure points are why I actually sometimes create new things. Because I'm like, oh, I see it in a whole different light now. We fixed that, but what if we did this too? If I wouldn't have that problem, I wouldn't have been there to see that. So, I like these Thursdays just to bounce the things off you guys, share some stuff there. It's a good powwow time. And it's probably one of those things, like, I don't know, maybe we should have a set powwow every now and then anyway. And Thursday is probably a good day to do it. So we'll discuss that. I'm not putting anything in stone, but this has been kind of fun today. And it was fun last Thursday too. I get to have that, talk that I usually get to have just like with Niall or Stacy sometimes, and we go over stuff. It's kind of fun to let it go. So I'll let you guys know something. Jim, our attorney, He's been in Mexico, just where Tanny and I were earlier this year, and he gets back here in a couple of days, and he's gonna come back to like so much work. Like we timed it, he's coming back, and he's like he's been doing work. So like I've been on the phone with him going over stuff, and I just keep saying is how and we had a lot of rain when we were there. They're having a lot of sun, so he's enjoying it, and he's like me. He's like, I don't want to come home. I'm like, well, you got to get back here because we got a lot to go, right? And I just want you guys to know, like, we are so ready, but it's nice to have it planned out. At the same time, you get what you ask for. And Tanya and I have been massively manifesting that we want to see this whole organization grow tenfold. We've been saying that. We want to help everybody rise up. We want to start creating the millionaires and pushing the MSI elites, and we want to start building all this stuff, and we're manifesting it hard. So when you're in a manifestation so hard and so focused and things start happening, the last thing you got to do is complain. We ask for things. Things are falling into place. You go with it with a smile because we asked for it. We're going to get it. We're all going to get it. So just remember that, patience, and maybe everything usually gets better. And in marketing, they need us. They're going to pay us. We're going to get things set up, but we will always come out stronger. It's just it might suck at the time. We always come out stronger. I look at all the failures, and that's the thing too, right? And we also get to know the caliber of a company and the management. When the shit hits the fan, what do? I'll tell you one more thing on that. I'm inspired. And it actually, it's something I brought up before. So we have our Vivo, our in persona, right? And the main guy behind that, Fabio, right? Fabio built this program years ago, and it's a predecessor to all this, and it was a huge failure. Okay. It got a lot of people excited. I mean, they had huge rooms of people coming to it, buying into what's going on, and it bombed. And he just picked up his stuff and went to work to make it better. He just like, I know I'm on the right path. I got to go do it all. And watching him take a failure and put back into it is why we followed him on the course. I'm like, I know what he does when things could be as bad as they could be. I'll bank on somebody like that. I mean, you guys, Tanya and I, we did some stuff in the early 2000s that was massively big bombs. We lost millions of dollars in them. And they were all learning curves, when you look back at it, that allowed us to actually launch RRR247 in the right way. If we wouldn't have learned those expensive lessons, and I'm telling you, so when I'm telling you, there's a lot of wisdom to what I'm going to say. It's a maybe. Right? It's a maybe. When you have something go, it's when everything's great, everything's great. When things go bad, that's when you find the true manner and the true integrity of somebody, is when things aren't great. When things are great, things are great. When things are horrible, that's where you start seeing the true colors, right? And we're going to see what SHG is doing. I'm going to tell you, they've been in a frantic panic, but all in all, I mean, at least they got the sponsorship stuff done. They can, do all that. But just know we're gonna have to put our credit cards in again, and that's a good thing. If we didn't have to after this, then I'd be like, oh, I guess our data isn't safe in that company. They're not compliant by any means. So when I heard that, I'm like, oh well, I would hope so, because if I don't have to put my information in again, and they had all that again, then that means they were not operating compliant, which means this whole thing could get shut down by the feds, because it's literally criminal activity if you're keeping and storing credit cards. So the fact they're running that right made me happy. So we have to key it in again. Fantastic. Whatever. It's life. Not a big deal. And it's all been a maybe. All right. We're at the top of the hour. We've got so much stuff happening. Don't forget Event 2024. We probably should put the link on there, and I'll put it out there. That training is going to be incredible. And when you guys hear what's going to be launched January 1st and 2nd, you're going to wish you were there, because we all get a run right after that's announced, get it going. We get to smooth people out and just really focus on the growth. Also, January 2nd, we're going to get an announcement of something, and I want everybody going for it. I don't care if you haven't even started doing BRTs and V marketing yet. you're going to start. You're going to have a solid reason to. Right? If you don't have enough with your own goals and whys, and Tanya's going to cover that on Saturday, get your people there, spread the word. Saturday is going to be huge, but guys, we're launching this new year right. We've had lots of prep time, lots of things being done, and here we go. All right. Love you guys. We're out of here.